Hello, I'm Elizabeth Hildreth. This interview is being conducted as part of the American Shetland Sheepdog Association Historical Archive. Today I'm speaking with my father, Richard Hildreth of Cindahope Shelties in Massachusetts. How long have you been in Shelties? When you started, were there people or bloodlines that especially influenced your program, either as mentors or inspiration?
My wife Nancy was the heart of our breeding program, and I met her in 1964. We were married in 65. Nancy visited Eula Roads in 1956 in Ohio and bought a very pretty golden sable bitch sired by Golden Web of Hopefoot, imported by Catherine Nichols of Walnut Hall. Her name was Rhodes Golden Cinderella, and her name helped inspire our kennel name. She was bred to American Canadian champion Nashcrest Golden Note, ROMCC 26 champions. She had two males that Mary Van Wagenen advised Nancy were just pets. Nancy got her first champion she bought from Mary Van Wagen in 1958. His name was Champion Sheltie Glen Lance, and he was a Sheltie Glen Hallmark, ex-Sheltie Glen Gay of Bagaduce. He was the sire of two champions. Lanny had a wonderful disposition, good with children, and was one of our favorite Shelties. We had a lot of great handlers. We showed our dogs over the years who mentored, influenced to some degree, including Pepper Power, Linda Moore, Tom and Naomi Cohen, and Steve Barger.
What bloodlines did you begin with, and how has that changed over the years? In other words, how have you created your unique line of Shelties, and do you think there are certain qualities or pivotal dogs that were of the most importance in your breeding program?
A couple of years after we were married, we bought Deerfoot's Queen of Spades and bred her to champion Betsabar's Ringmaster, owned by Betty McCracken. Ringmaster was a champion Halster's Peter Pumpkin, ROM's fourth or fifth champion. We kept one from that litter, Cindahope's Lovey Dovey, bred her to Peter Pumpkin, which produced a litter of 5 females. Tom Cohen sent over Becky Cram of Sunnybrook Kennel. At the time, she was a collie breeder who wanted to get her start in Shelties. She took a puppy who became Sunnybrook's Abby of Cindahope. Abby was bred to champion Romaine Sporting Life and produced champion Sunnybrook's Matchmaker, who was the sire of Sunnybrook's Heritage Spirit, ROM Ryan. He was a moderate Sheltie and a wonderful disposition. He was the sire of 75 champions. He appears many times in our pedigrees. We stayed mainly with our Heritage Spirit and Peter lines until we bred champion Cindahope's Serendipity, a Heritage Spirit daughter to champion McDague Glenhart Grand Prix, and produced 3 champion females. They were champion Cindahope's Golden Girl, champion Cindahope's Picture This, and champion Cindahope's Heart of Mine. Champion Cindahope's Golden Girl Tess was bred back to her sire Jeep, and that produced Cindahope's The Sunshine Girl. We also had a bi-black in that litter. Sonny was bred to American Canadian champion Cindahope's Town Choir, ROMC, multiple times, which produced 4 champions, 3 of which earned both breed champions and agility titles. One of them was Cindahope Designer Jean, NA, NAJ, OAP, AJP. Jeannie Francis did agility with my daughter Elizabeth. Jeannie was bred to McDague Sausalito and produced 2 champions, one of which was American Canadian champion trademark, ROMC, with 9 American champions. Edie Overly, breeder of champion Peter Pumpkin, bought a bitch that was down from Golden Girl's sister, Cindahope's Heart of Mine. Edie lived about 5 miles from us at this time. We decided to breed this bitch to Mark to bring in both sisters to the pedigree and also bring in Grand Prix again. There were 5 puppies in the litter, and we chose extremely friendly little puppy named Teddy. Later, champion Halster Cindahope Trueheart. He became an American Canadian champion in ROM. He was a sire of Grand Champion Kylene Eden the Dragon Slayer 5cc, who has 552 best of breeds and had the most best of breeds in Shelties for several years.
Is there one dog of yours that stands out in your memory? Tell us about it.
There are so many dogs in my memory that I just cannot pick one out of all of them. I love them all.
We love them all. Tell us about achievements you are particularly proud of.
Best in Show Specialty Champion Cindahope's Golden Girl AOM Tess, winning the 97 ASSA National Specialty Show from the 9 to 12 veterans class at 11 and a half years old with Tom and Naoma Cohen handling. As she glided around the ring with her long reach and drive. Also, us putting together a line of 10 consecutive AKC champion bitches. The career of multiple Best in Show specialty champion Cindahope's Picture Perfect 2 AOMs and multiple Best in Show specialty Cindahope's Picture Me 2 CCs. Call names Kissy and Bridget. They were the first mother-daughter members of the Century Club. There are many people that Nancy mentored that went on to become notable in the breed. One day in '85, December, at the big Boston bench show where Champion Cindahope Ruffian CD was being shown by Linda Moore. We had won the breed. As we were waiting for the group, 2 ladies approached me and said they wanted a Sheltie just like Ruffian to, to get into breeding and showing Shelties. Ruffian went on to win the group that day. I invited Kathy Ziegel and Arlene Buellens to our house in the spring. That was the beginning of a long and productive friendship over the years. When they arrived at our home to visit, I was laying on my lounge with one champion laying on one side of me, and the other side I had a chicken roosted on my arm. We had a bitch named Sarah Lees, champion Cindahope's Crystal and Gold, who was by champion Rockwood's Gold Strike out of champion Park Avenue's Crystal the Clown CD. We handed her over to Cassie Ziegel and told her to finish her, and we'll give you a co-ownership. She finished her, and she and I became co-owners of Sarah Lee. We had bought a handsome puppy, a heritage spirit son from Steve Barger. He became Mainstay's attitude adjustment, call name Chipper. We decided to breed him to Sarah Lee. There were several in the litter, and we split the litter, and because we knew we would not be able to promote the very handsome puppy, we let her take him. This was American Canadian champion Kylene Cindahope's Down Crier, ROMTC, and was a sire of 32 champions. Another friendship note is Connie Nelson and her daughter Megan, who was handling in the juniors. They were looking for a Sheltie that would be an asset to the junior ring, one that enjoyed showing and had ring presence. Naoma Cohen referred them to us, and we thought that was a great idea. A co-ownership was set up between Megan, Connie, and Nancy on a newly finished champion Cindahope trademark. It was finished by Tom and Naoma Cohen, and under Connie's guidance, Mark went on to sire 9 American champions and earned a ROMC. Megan and Mark went on to have many best junior titles, including 2 at ASSA National. Trademark has 9 consecutive bitches on his downside, with only one not an AKC champion. His grandmother, Sunny, however, was a dam of 4 champions. Another friendship of note was Gooley Crook. Nancy sold Gooley 2 pet puppies back in the late 1950s and early 1970s. She would take pictures of them and put them on postcards and send them to Nancy. We needed some pictures for our pygmy goats in the 70s to register them, then invited Goldie to come over and help. While she took pictures of champion Neely of Havoc, who was 22nd and last champion, sired by champion Melchup Great Scott, ROM. When Neely heard the click of a camera, she lay down in a beautiful pose. Goldie took pictures of our other dogs as well as goats, and some with our daughter Elizabeth as a small child holding puppies or baby goats. While Goldie's pictures appeared in Sheltie magazines, people saw them and her business as a Sheltie collie photographer took off. Goldie would wait, sitting on the ground patiently and just for the right shot until she got the picture she was satisfied with. One day in the 70s, we received a call from Catherine Coleman. She was looking for a small Sheltie that she could hold in her lap. We had a small puppy of our breeding of one of our Peter daughters. She took her home as her last Sheltie.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Nancy and I worked full-time through these years, but we managed to belong to 3 Sheltie clubs, an all-breed club, and were most active in the Colonial Shetland Sheepdog Club, where Nancy was president several times. While we often used handlers, we brought our first trailer in the 70s, and then several mini motorhomes over the years until about 2050. We traveled to most of the dog shows that our dogs were shown at, including this 1977 National where Elizabeth, our 5-year-old daughter, attended her first National. Since 2009, she has been a member of ASSA as well. I am almost 92 years old. I will reach my 50th year as member of the ASSA in January 2025. In those days, the ASSA board met during the Westminster Dog Show in New York. We have bred our own 44 Shetland Sheepdog champions, all in all Sheltie colors.